This is under the assumption that they actually do drop an EZA banner where you can coin these units, but you might be wondering if you should even be coining these units. AGL Pikkon, I think, is at least a little bit underrated right now. I've seen a lot of hate for this unit, and I can definitely understand why. Um, I do think that he's probably not going to age as good as a lot of these other characters are going to, but that doesn't mean that he's not decent enough right now. He has it where he's getting a 70% dodge chance when you do get a rainbow key sphere. He's giving more support if you do get 3 type key spheres or more, with an additional attack that has a 70% chance to become a super attack. For the first 7 turns, he gets more defense. He gets a guard. Uh, he just has permanent 50% dodge chance, just, baseline, right? And he's going to be good in like half of these red zones. He's going to be good in a decent amount of these new events like Battle Hard Formidable Foes. Obviously, he's not a stacker, so he's not going to be good in Festival of Battles, though. Things like that, right? But the thing is like as a support unit, he's going to be doing his job fine of being able to tank normals, dodging supers, or a way to live supers. Uh, in this case, dodge for him, of course, and then having like some sort of utility, which is just going to be the active skill, which will delay the target enemy's attack for 1 turn. And even then, this condition isn't even that hard to hit. Especially like I said, in these red zones, you'll just be able to protect him while also just supporting with a lot of these characters. The only issue with this character is just that his categories are really, really bad. He has had basically 4 categories on release, and then has now he now has 8. So you're not going to be able to use like too much stuff, right? And that's just the issue with him, is that he doesn't have a lot of categories. So he'll always basically be on a secondary leader skill. He won't be on a full leader skill like ever. Uh, did they actually show it? Like what? Yeah, like physical Gogeta, he'll be on the 200% of uh Cell. Yeah, like it's just it's weird. Um. So yeah, that's I would say that's like the only issue with him. But even then, I would say no. The problem is I'm gonna say the same song and dance for every single one of these units. The only ones that I would probably think about getting is just the side branding units, but like Tech Janemba is another case of like he's really, really good, and I think he's actually a little bit underrated. I know a lot of people hate this line of the passive. I think it's completely fine. Pre-EZA, all he had was 30% damage reduction when you got 2 or more Rainbow Key Spheres. They just gave him baseline 50% while losing 50%, but he still has it where he's getting that 30% damage reduction, right? It just makes it where he's able to take these attacks a lot easier in the first turn. But then they actually made it where Super Janemba was useful, so I think he's fine. The main issue, again, is just like leader skill. These units are costing 400 coins, so Pikkon and Janemba are just not worth it because of the fact that you could just wait, get Tech Vegito, Tech AGL Gogeta, all these other units. But SCR Pikkon and Physical Kaioken Goku, these are like actually really decent units that I think are going to age really well. Specifically, Super Saiyan Kaioken Goku, I think he's like insanely good. He has 50% chance to dodge, right? But then he also gets an additional 5% dodge chance anytime you get an AGL Tech or Int Key Sphere. So what's going to happen for this character is if you get, like, let's say 8. If you get 8 AGL Tech or Int Key Spheres, this character is going to have 90% dodge chance. If you get 10, he just has guaranteed dodge for the turn, right? And that's crazy. And even if you don't get guaranteed dodge, like I said, if you get 8 Key Spheres, you get 90%. He's going to have that with, he's going to have a 90% chance to dodge with guard. Like, that's crazy. That's crazy to me. He also has it where he's going to survive KO attacks once per turn. So if you put him as like a floater, he'll be able to survive just by tanking one normal and then hopefully dodging the rest, or tanking the super attack, dodging the rest of the attacks, hopefully. You know, things like that. I do think that he's going to be pretty good for that just because of his gimmick. And then Pikkon, he's also a really decent character too. For 4 turns, he's able to have the 50% chance to dodge. he launches an additional attack that's a high chance to become a super attack, 50% defense down. For every super attack he performs, he gets 1 key and 20% attack and defense up. He also gets a chance of performing a critical hit and chance of evading attack, 10% up to 50%. If the enemy is attack down or defense down, you also get 100% attack. If you receive an attack within the turn before receiving an attack within the turn, you also have 50% damage reduction rate. So think of it similar to the SCR Hercule. If all allies attacking in the same turn are Otherworld Warriors or tournament participants, you get 100% attack and defense. You have 20% damage reduction rate, and then you also get an additional attack that has a 7% chance to become a super attack. So like again, he is pretty good because just this specific line where he's just infinitely building up attack, defense, and key like that is really, really nice for sure. So like yeah, like when you look at these characters and I know for a fact that these are going to age well, and I believe these characters would only be 150 coins. I could be wrong. It's either 150 or 200. They definitely don't seem like the worst thing to coin, and overall, if you do have like extra coins, I think that these are going to actually be decent units to put on your teams for sure. But again, I would only do it if you have leftover coins. Don't get these units at all if you are someone who is like a free-to-play player and you're saving up as much coins as you can, because the fact that, again, Tech Vegito, AGO Gogeta, all of these characters that with better leader skills that you want to be getting as many of these new leader skills as possible. There's no reason why you should be getting these units if they're the only units that you're going to be able to get with coins. If you have leftover coins, it's completely fine. If not, I would say no. But again, probably me personally, I already had him like rainbowed, but like if I had to choose like someone that I would be personally getting, it'd probably just be Kaioken Goku. Like this is my first ever SSR, so I'm I'm gonna have a really fun time doing his showcase for sure. And I definitely can't wait because like I said, just having it where he just has so much utility, right? Hold on, I gotta sneeze real quick. Excuse me. But getting the STR or physical key spheres, you're doing extra damage. Getting the AGL tech or int key spheres, you're doing extra defense. While also just still getting that little bit of extra damage right here, but then just having like the guard and then the evasion as well. Like he just looks so fun to use, and I'm really curious to see how his attack sets are gonna look like when you're getting like 3 super attacks guaranteed, you know. But we'll have to see. And then the orb changing, the rainbow orb changing is always a really nice thing to see, or not rainbow orb changing, but orb changing in general is always a nice thing to see. So that'll be nice for sure. That is kind of funny though, that he has it where it randomly changes int key spheres to another type, but he wants int key spheres down here. I think the reason why that they added int to this specific portion though is so that way it's 2 and 2, so that you're deleting the int key spheres, but then it's SCR physical and then AGL or tech. But yeah. Anyways, we'll go ahead and stop there. Thank you all for watching. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace!